Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Saturday to all. Hopefully, you are enjoying your weekend, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hope you're having a great day, regardless of what day it may be. It is Saturday. It is once again our weekly roundup of OSTs. And then, well, as you can see down there, it's kind of a short list this week. I think because there wasn't a whole bunch of OSTs that dropped, but also I'm on a bit of a time crunch because one, we're recording this at 6:30 in the evening because I was waiting for an OST to drop, and two, I was out all day today because, well, technically it's kind of the start of Golden Week here in Japan. It's like a big old holiday, and well, I spent all morning going to like Nitori looking at furniture and stuff, because it's also one of the reasons why the desk is moved forward about half a meter, is because, well, I need to put shelves back there for like research books and stuff. But even though we don't have a bunch of OSTs, we still have OSTs nonetheless. And we've got actually two very exciting ones for me, because I get to jump back on board with Miss Umji from VIVIZ, who I adore very dearly, especially from back in the G-Friend days. And then Mr. Tae Rae of ZEROBASEONE has an OST out that dropped quite literally 30 minutes ago. So last week, when we were doing our catch-ups from January, we had Jang Hao do his Transit Love 3 OST, which to this day is my top OST of this year. And now we've got Mr. Tae Rae, who has an OST of his own that we get to check out. So lots of ZEROBASEONE towards the end of April. Didn't plan for it to happen, but I'm not going to be mad at it. So we've only got two, but we'll give them their due props. So let's check it out one time. Here we go! The reason I have the lights dimmed down is because I got a new light today at Nitori. Got one of those big ceiling lights, and I programmed it to be a little bit darker so my face doesn't get washed out. But like, look at this. Oh! And I can make it go like super blue too. Wait, I'll make it the dim version just so I don't blow my face out, because now the light is behind my head. It used to be in front of me, but now it's behind me. Anyways, that's enough waffling for me. Let's get started. Song number 1 of 2, Miss Umji from VIVIZ with the song May I Love You for Lovely Runner. This show has appeared a few times on OST Saturday so far, and, well, let's just keep it on the list, shall we? We'll keep her going. I love Umji's voice. Love what VIVIZ have been doing recently, especially with Maniac. Holy smokes, I cannot wait until the next VIVIZ era comes around. But in the meantime, we'll make do with some OSTs. So, here we go! Oh, and again, if you weren't here for the earlier installments from this season, we're avoiding MVs from dramas because they get copyrighted. 왠지 낯선 기분이 느껴져 유난히 Hello, vocal harmonies. I like the kind of playfulness going on, though. It's not fast, but it's got a little casual pep in its step. I love that slowdown in the pre-chorus there. Umji's got such a cool voice too. It's super unique, and it's like if you know what her voice sounds like, you immediately know it's her singing. But her voice on a song like this, where it's a little bit bright, a little bit casual, a little bit slower, really works for me. I can't quite describe what it is about her voice that works for me, but it's just very her for me, and I love that. But the pacing of this, you know, the nice slow, you really, it doesn't feel like it's about to start running off at any point. It's just, what is this vibe I'm getting? Like little seaside village walking through, sun shining, you can hear the wind chimes going, and it's just a nice day out. Absolutely no complaints whatsoever. In fact, I'll get to it. I'll let her finish here first, but her voice with this type of music is so nice. It's so good. But I think the main thing for May I Love You by Umji is the fact that it's another one of those songs where it's super casual feeling. Like, you don't, there's nothing too much invested in the song. Like, it's not a song where it's requiring you to enjoy it with your full body. You can just kind of, it's an everyday soundtrack type song, you know what I mean? And it's, well, it's actually 2 days in a row, isn't it? Because Artemis's pre-3 that we checked out yesterday, I think? Yeah, it must be yesterday, but Artemis's most recent pre-release was a city pop tune. And we've had a few times where we've had artists come back with like the really casual, easy to listen type music, and the fact that we have it in OST Saturdays as well is a great time. I love this type of music, especially at this time of day, because it is late in the evening. I'm about to get dinner on the go going pretty soon over in the kitchen down there, but it's just, especially now that I'm recording late in the evenings, because 6 p.m. is the time when new music drops, I'm not as like high energy as I would be if I were still living in the UK, because new releases would have happened right before noon, so I could eat lunch, get energized, and then boom, get all the stuff out of the way. I don't have that luxury anymore, and I feel like I'm a little bit, not sedated, but a little bit more tranquilo, a little bit more calm when it comes to music. So I have a different level of appreciation for this type of nice, smooth, simple music, and it's very nice. And again, I've mentioned so many times, Umji's voice is so good. There's like a faint fuzziness. I think her vocal color is also really charming and really unique. And it's just a bunch of different things going into her voice. When you pair it with this type of music, just works. It does. It just works for me. And, well, we're on to the final song. And this is the shortest OST Saturday we've had. But you know what? I'm gonna do what we're gonna do, and we're gonna deal with what we have. Mr. Tae Rae of ZEROBASEONE, the latest in the hopefully long list of ZEROBASEONE related OST projects we get throughout their career. But this is Mr. Kim Tae Rae with More Than Enough from Queen of Tears, which is also a drama I feel like that's been featured a couple times on the OST Saturday series. But as someone who's very slowly getting into ZB1 properly, not just like a casual listener, but trying to like learn members and stuff, this will be really good, because Tae Rae is one of those members that I don't really know a whole lot about in terms of vocal ability and stuff. And I don't know if this is going to be like super ballady, super dramatic, or if this is going to be somewhere along the lines of House from Exchange 3, Transit Love 3. I don't know if this is going to be like super heavy, But at the end of the day, it's a way that I can really appreciate his voice on his own in like that pristine studio environment. So I'm very much looking forward to it. So here we go. It's slow. Okay.
Look at my eyes. Look at my smile.
Whoa.
너를 보며 지어지는 미소 가릴 수도
What a cool, rich, low voice.
없는 표정으로 바라보네요 하루 종일 너만
Oh my god.
This is all I want from you.
I love this naturally low timbre he's got in his voice.
너를 보며 하루를 시작하고 너와 함께 잠드는 건 그거면 충분해요. 우리 함께 있다면 더 바랄 게 없죠.
Wow, that sustain into the reverb chills. His voice with that reverb chills.
I'm on your way forever and day 네가 있는 그곳 네가 가는 어디든 더 없이도 더할 나위도 없이 아름다운 지금 너와 나 여기
Correct me if I'm wrong. Have we ever heard him sing consistently this low on a Zero Base One song? Like on B-sides and stuff? Because this is a voice that I've never heard in my life. Admittedly, I didn't watch Boys Planet either, so.
너를 보며 하루를 시작하고 너와 함께 잠드는 건 그거면 충분해요. 우리 함께 있다면 더 바랄 게 없죠. 내겐 어떤 이유든 중요하지 않아. 그저 너 하나만 나의 품에 머물러 준다면 변하는 건 없을 테니까.
I just want to enjoy this voice. I don't want to say anything.
This is all I want from you. 꼭 지금처럼만 우리 너를 보며 하루를 시작하고
With the background vocals.
함께 잠드는 건 그거면 충분해요. 우리 함께 있다면 너와 함께 있다면 달라질 건 하나 없을 테니.
Again, the sustain with the reverb combo. Oh my goodness. Oh, and a long outro? Okay. Well, that takes you on a journey, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, Tae Rae, where did you pull that from? I'm gobsmacked by that. That's terrific. The song itself is very pretty. It's nice and slow. It's got a nice twinkle to it. It's a ballad, and if you know me, you know I love a good ballad. But frankly, I don't care what genre it is, because Tae Rae's voice is spectacular. It's... I'm trying to think of his voice reminds me of somebody, and I don't know who it is, but Tae Rae has this really nice round voice in especially in that lower register, and it's so rich, and yet it's got so much like clarity to it, but it's not like an imposing power either. It's super mellow, but it's rich and it's nice and rounded, and it's super easy to listen to and just get lost in. And yeah, I still can't get over the fact how low his voice can naturally go. Because it's gorgeous too. It's so pretty how when he gets into that low range, it's like dark roast coffee. It's nice and rich. Well, admittedly, I don't like coffee, so maybe that's a bad comparison. But it's like 75% dark chocolate. It's not. It's got that nice depth to it, nice and creamy. But it's not like sugary and bright whatsoever. It's got such a nice deep undertone to it. Wow. Genuinely, I'm so impressed. And I kind of want to look more into Tere like as a performer and as an artist because, well, I don't think I've actually ever watched any variety stuff regarding ZB1, so I may tap into that, like Idol Human Theater and stuff. Because I want to know if Tere speaks in the tone that's naturally that low, or if he's one of those rare cases where his vocal, like singing range, extends in both directions at a really nice level. Like, I think his high tone gets this different kind of air of clarity to it. And it has this, he switches a little bit when he gets into that higher range that really works for me. It becomes a little bit like thinner, but it becomes clearer. It kind of cuts through a little bit firmer. But once you get to that bottom end, it's nice and low and rich and deep, but rounded. And it's not one of those low voices where it feels like earth-shattering in a way. Like, not like a crossover baritone or a bassist. But it kind of reminds me of a lower IM's voice. Especially IM, once you get him on like the slower, mellower stuff, has kind of a similar roundedness. Ooh, that's very nice. Okay, even though that was a slightly shorter OST Saturday, I'm so tremendously impressed by both songs. Like, I'm never gonna complain about any G-Friend related OST. Like, that's, all three members of VIVIZ, Yerin, Yuju. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten any Sowon music. She's gone strictly the actress route. But if she gets another acting gig, and if she sings her own OST, you bet your ass we're gonna check it out when that happens. But, tried and tested vocal, Miss Umji. She's been around the block for a long time. She has a voice that I'm very familiar with. So it's very much a comfort zone type song for me. Tae Rae, on the other hand, I went in complete open mind, blank canvas, not knowing what it was going to sound like, and absolutely floored by it. So that's 2 weeks in a row where we've had ZEROBASEONE OSTs, 2 weeks in a row where they have impressed beyond my expectations, and yeah, that's spectacular. But that is it for the shortish version of this week's OST Saturday. No catch up for the month of February this week. I have a couple of MVs for tonight planned instead. It's also a time thing. Like, I cannot spend the next couple hours doing OSTs. And we're not doing OSTs tomorrow either. Like, if you're watching this in the future, this won't really write to you, but nothing on Sunday, this upcoming Sunday either, because I have plans. Both in real life plans and YouTube plans. We hit a milestone recently. But yeah, that is it. Shorter OST Saturday. Did not disappoint in the quality whatsoever. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Hopefully you did as well. But thank you for watching. If you made it this far, hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today. Let's work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.